Hey, if you're in the e-commerce game, you know this struggle. You're selling on Shopee, you're on Lazada, maybe you even have your own Shopify store, and your sales data is just everywhere. Trying to get a clear picture of how you're actually doing can feel like a full-time job in itself. Well, today, we're going to break down how you can go from that data chaos to some real business clarity. Let's dive in.
This right here, this probably hits a little too close to home for a lot of you. It's the core frustration, isn't it? Pulling reports should be quick. It's supposed to be the start of making smart decisions, not the entire morning's task list. But for way too many teams, it's just this huge bottleneck that grinds everything to a halt.
So let's just call it what it is. We're going to call it the daily data juggle. It's that manual, soul-crushing routine that's burning out your team and, honestly, hiding some of your most valuable business insights in plain sight.
Does this little dance look familiar? Okay, you start your day, you download a CSV file from Shopee. Then you grab another one from Lazada. Oh, and don't forget Shopify. Then comes the fun part, wrestling all of them into one giant spreadsheet, trying to line up all the columns, and then you get to step 5. You just cross your fingers and pray a copy-paste error didn't just mess up the entire report. Look, that last step, that's a gamble. That's not a business strategy.
And this is where that daily annoyance turns into a real problem. Because this manual process, it's not just slow, it's a ticking time bomb for your business. Because trust me, eventually, those spreadsheets always break.
You know, this system kind of works. It gets the job done, right up until the moment it spectacularly doesn't. And that moment is always at the worst possible time. It's when that big report for the leadership meeting is full of errors you can't explain. Or worse, it's when you realize you've been ordering inventory based on faulty data for the last 3 weeks. That's the moment this whole manual thing just becomes completely unsustainable.
So what's the alternative? Well, the solution is to create a single unified source of truth. Think about it. Instead of juggling a dozen messy spreadsheets, you have one clean, consolidated dashboard where all your data just lives together in perfect harmony. And this really shows you the before and after. On one side, you've got the manual mess. On the other, a unified dashboard. You're going from siloed data to having everything in one spot. You're going from hours of painstaking work to pulling reports in literal seconds. But here's the most important part. You go from a system that's prone to errors to having one single, reliable source of truth for your entire company.
So what does this new world actually look like in practice? Well, it means having your entire business right there at your fingertips. You get key insights whenever you need them on demand without any of the old manual headaches.
Just imagine being able to see your total gross sales and your gross margin across every single channel instantly, or understanding your profit per SKU without having to build a single pivot table. And here's where the magic really happens, the filters. You can slice and dice all this data by platform, by a specific shop, by brand, by any time range you want to get the answers you need right when you need them.
I mean, a simple visual like this says it all, right? In just one glance, you know exactly where your money is coming from. In this case, Lazada is obviously the heavy hitter. This kind of immediate insight is what lets you make smart, strategic calls about where to focus your marketing budget or where your team should be spending their energy.
But look, great reporting isn't just about the big top-line numbers. The real power comes when you can go deeper, when you can drill down into specific reports that answer your most critical business questions.
So check this out. A sales drill down report, that gives you precise totals for any period. A cancellations report tells you exactly which products keep getting sent back, which might help you spot a quality issue. And an overstock analysis? Oh, that one is an absolute game changer for your cash flow.
Let's just park on this one for a second. An overstock analysis literally shows you which of your products are just sitting on a warehouse shelf, tying up your cash. With that knowledge, you can make what the source material calls decisive decisions. You know, run a flash sale, tweak your purchasing strategy, all to protect your bottom line and free up cash to actually grow.
And really, that's what this is all about. It's about closing that gap between just having a bunch of raw data and actually making smart, confident decisions that push your business forward.
At the end of the day, this is the goal. It's about empowering your team. It's giving them a clear, simple way to see exactly what's making money and what's not, so they can spend their time on strategy and growth, not stuck in spreadsheets.
Seriously, think about that for a second. That big report for the finance team, or for the board meeting. You know, the one that used to take you half a day to put together and then double-check for errors? Now, it can be done in less than a minute. That's not just a little efficiency gain. That's a total transformation to how your business runs. So let me leave you with this question. What would change for you and your team if the data for your most important decisions was always accurate, always available, and always crystal clear? What if your biggest business decisions could also be your easiest? That's definitely something worth thinking about.
Ready to take your e-commerce business to the next level? With OneCart, you get effortless inventory syncing, streamlined listing management, and seamless multi-platform integration. Don't just take our word for it, hear from our happy customers. Experience the OneCart difference and start your free trial today. Simplify your workflow, grow your business. OneCart, your all-in-one e-commerce solution.